morning. Nailed it. Uh-oh. Okay. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. We're about to have, holy moly, a back-to-back video fest today. I know, it's beautiful. Just got in my extra walk and I have forced myself, I just decided to make myself work a little bit extra to carrying water buckets across the field. I've had to move my cows again because we're about to today we're going to try to put the gutter up right there on the barn. You can see right there the little like yellow stripe, the board there, so that we can finally move on with the rain catchment and whatnot. But welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Can you tell I really spent some time doing my hair today? Yeah. So I appreciate you being here. So here's the deal. I want to talk to you about something that happened the other day. I got super upset. Okay. So that's why I didn't make an immediate video about it. But I want you to hear this now because I saw something this morning on Instagram. I was going to go make a post, and the first thing that popped up was a video. It's only about 20 or 30 seconds. I don't know. I don't even remember who posted it, which site, but it shows something going on in a city, and you can tell there's going to be some type of confrontation or something. So this police car pulls up. You've probably seen it today. I don't know. So here's where I'm going. So this police car pulls up, and oh, this is awful. I'm sweating. This police car pulls up, and you see this gentleman get out. He's a cop, and he's walking towards like an outdoor cafe restaurant, and apparently there's somebody there. I don't know if it's a homeless individual or some type of disruptor. I don't know. And it's a girl. I think I'm pretty sure it's a woman. She's yelling. So she probably had gone and was just went and was terrorizing the people at this little outdoor cafe. All right. So they called the cops on her. And you could hear that she got really upset that she saw the cops had been called on her, and the gentleman's walking up to her. And I mean, physically, I mean, he's fit. Okay. He's fit, but she is no small fry. Okay. And she postures with him and comes up. And I'm going to tell you what, that gentleman, that cop, picked her up. I mean, it was so fat. If you blinked, you'd miss it. And he slammed her down. You know, I don't know the circumstances that led to that. Obviously, it wasn't good. They weren't going to mess with her. I don't know if they thought maybe she had given a verbal threat. Maybe she had a weapon. I don't know. Here's my point. If you think for one split second, ladies, that you literally, on a day-to-day basis, have the physical strength compared to most, not all, most men, you've been lied to. And you believe the lie. This is the narrative that they've been pushing for the last 2 years, that, you know, this can become this and that can become that, and that it's equal. It's not, okay? I've made videos about this over the last year and a half, about being safe, not walking alone, not being alone, doing all kinds of different things. And because I think it's important that we are reminded, especially if we've never really been a victim of a crime. Praise the Lord if you haven't. Pray for those that have, because we've had a lot of women comment, a couple of men too, that have been a victim of some type of physical crime of different levels, and every single one of them will say, I hope you listen to what she's saying. Here's what I'm saying. Ladies, you cannot physically, if there was a dude sitting in the car right here with me, and he was I'm 5'4.5", okay? All right? And let's say he was 5'5". My third great-grandfather fought at Chickamauga, was 5'5", little dude. Boy, was he was bad, man. He was rough and tough, and he made it. But that cop put her down so fast it'd make your head spin. I don't claim to be a self-defense expert. I've taken a lot of training over the years. I try to stay physically fit as the best I can especially as I'm getting a little bit older. And I also try to be very self-aware of what I'm capable of doing versus what I know a man can do or do to me. And I've talked about this in past videos. There is no comparison, okay? So here's where I'm going with this. If you do not carry a tool to protect you, I first want to encourage you to get over your fear and do that. We've talked about that many times. If you have to start with a 22, because that is your ease factor in terms of getting used to it, getting over your fear, practical training to start, then that's one thing. But if you think that carrying a varmint tool around with you is going to be your absolute form of self-defense, I'm sorry to tell you, you have been fed a whole slew of BS, okay? Something good to have, something useful if you want to go out and go rabbit hunting, maybe to end something really simple on your farm. But if you want to defend yourself against two-legged predators, you better gravitate up the chain to, at a minimum, a 380 or a 9. I don't know a single person who trains people with tools or that is in any type of security or law enforcement or anything that has ever said, yeah, that's what you need. That's where you start to learn. That is not where you land. Now, again, a lot of women don't have the arm strength or the hand strength to go beyond that. I'm going to argue with you and say, oh, I think you do. It's just a matter of literally training and building strength. For women, I find a lot of times it's building confidence. So here's the point that I want to make to you. The other day, my gate was open on my property. And, we keep it locked. But on a rare occasion, if I think I'm getting a delivery, or if, let's say my son leaves and I'm going to be leaving for some reason, maybe 10 minutes behind him, I'll tell him, just leave it open and I'll shut it when I go out, or we'll shut, you know what I'm saying? Well, it was open the other day. We were expecting a delivery, and a couple not only went through my gate, came down my driveway, parked at my house, and walked all the way down to my chicken coop, and was not confronting, but was trying to ask my youngest son, he was feeding the chickens at that time. He helps take care of the chickens. And they were looking for a lost dog. Thankfully, they were, harmless. Thankfully, there was no issue. But here's the thing. They didn't give a crap that I had a gate up, whether it was open or closed, I don't think. They didn't give a crap whether or not I had signs up. They don't give a crap that I've got cameras all over my property. They didn't give a crap. They didn't give a crap. That could have turned out really bad in many different ways. Okay. It's worked out. I handled it. And they will not be back. And they were legit. It was legit, and it all is good. So I don't want to scare anybody about that. But what I'm telling you is, if you think that you're safe because you've got a sign up, if you think that you're safe because you've got a gate up, if you think you're safe because you're carrying a little tool that literally is the size of something you can get in the toy section at Cracker Barrel, I hate to tell you, you're wrong, and I would be wrong too. You've got to gravitate higher. When I was taking, I posted the other day, just for fun, because it popped up in my memories, one of my, some pictures from my Krav Maga classes. And, I took a lot of training with mostly men. And one day we had to train, I've talked about this before, we had to train with reaction time, with tools and tasers. Don't get tased. It is no fun. But we had gentlemen in the class that volunteered to be the aggressor, if you will. So they would stand them at one spot, and then you were at another spot. I can't remember the distance. I want to say it was 20 or 30 feet. And the game was, they were going to, they were getting them pumped up, man, getting them charged. You know how guys do. And they were going to run at you. And your job was to stop them with rubber bullets. And they agreed. I mean, the idea was not to shoot them, above here. But the idea was they could even get nailed in the jewels, right? They didn't have any cups on. No, they agreed to it. because we were all trying to prove the point of what a charged individual can push through. And these men agreed to this. Man, these men were getting popped all over in the thigh, in the chest, in the jewels. They kept running. We didn't stop them. They didn't even stop and say, ouch, until like after. And they would pull up their shirts or whatever, and you could see where it's like boom, boom, boom. And that was the point of the class was, now imagine this being somebody who is a criminal. Now imagine this being somebody who is out of their mind on drugs. And here you stand. So let me tell you right now, look around in this country and look at all the things that are happening and all the things that are coming in. Do you think a varmint tool is going to stop anybody? When most of the time you miss anyway because you're high stress, maybe your reaction time isn't as fast, maybe you were caught off guard. No. So here's what I want to say to you ladies. Situational awareness is everything, because no matter what you do, no matter how I might be able to see you all the way to Texas right now, and don't think that sometimes I can't. But what I'm saying is criminals are going to act, and it's getting worse in this country. It's getting worse everywhere we go every day. This is not a scare doomsday video. This is the life that you're living, and this is being done deliberately to you. Remember that. So when you go out, you have to be in automatic self-defense mode every single day. It is sad, it is horrible, and it is criminal, literally. But that's the position that you've been placed in. It's the position that I've been placed in. So a lot of you are asking about how, as a woman, how I prefer to carry certain tools. And I will tell you right now, I have found my best deal is to be that of a belly band. There's different options. Please explore and do what works best for you. Okay? And remember, if you start with what I mentioned earlier and you're building on it, or you're working with your children with it, or however you privately are doing that, that's fine. But you need to go up. I don't know anybody doing anything less at it. The 380 is literally something that they basically like wear around down here on their leg. That's the Most criminals, when they are out perpetrating, if they have a tool, it's most likely going to be a 9, because that is the most popular thing out there. So let's get this straight. If you know this, I know this, that's the statistic. It's pretty safe to assume, based upon what we know. That's like you. So that's like, and you've got a little 1 digit above, being able to buy liquor. That's equivalent to you bringing a paperclip to a knife fight. Don't do that. Don't do that. So if you need to build up from that, build your arm strength, build your hand strength. I don't get out here and milk cows and goats just for the raw milk. I don't just pound my driveway and have weight sets in my garage and do the best that I can as a smaller woman because I just want to look cute in a bikini that I don't even own anymore. No. Build your hand strength, build your forearm strength, work with your shoulders, get those shoulders going. Build your body, ladies, and build your confidence. Start where you need to. I agree. 100. That's not where you need to stay. Gentlemen, if you're watching this video, and please understand that you guys out there, not everybody, but a lot of gentlemen that have girlfriends, their wives, their mamas, their sisters, they need that encouragement from you. They need help from you, especially if you are trained, especially if you have more experience. It is a confidence issue with women more than anything. Okay? A lot of women were not raised in an environment. Now, this audience, yes, maybe, but overall, no. So if that's, ladies, if that's you, I am urging these gentlemen out here, I call them my sons of Scotland, whether you are actually a son of Scotland or not. You are the brave hearts that us women need to give us the encouragement to do the best that we can to be a better warrior for ourselves. Because that's the position we've been put in. Like, subscribe, and share. Lord, I'm going to go wash this nasty hair of mine. Hey, whatever. Life on the farm. Everybody's healthy. But again, do all the things to keep your property and your home safe and be diligent. But understand, at the end of the day, what we're facing. And it's ultimately going to be you, potentially, mom, Nana, that may have to deal with something, intervene with something. You may be innocently somewhere just trying to buy, deli meat, and something happen. It might be you. Don't have the paperclip. Like, subscribe, and share. Hope you're well. I hope this is received in the light in which I'm doing my best to send it. This was very stressful for me because, again, I honestly think in a way it happened as a reminder. Everything was safe. Everything was good. But it shows how easily we can be victimized. Very stressful. It is. Act today. Godspeed. God bless. Love you. We'll see you guys on the next video.